digging a hole. My little baby pick here. Come on, baby pick. Very rocky. This was for sure a riverbed at one point. Sakes. A little tip for when you're digging holes: get an old pair of socks, cut the toes out, slide them up your legs, run them over your boot. You don't have dirt going down the side. Just a tip. I came up with that today. So I was like, well, how do I keep the dirt out of my boots? And I remembered back in like World War II, a lot of the soldiers had those like leggings that went up to their knees and over their boot. It was for that reason alone. So I made a modified version of the socks. By the way, best shovel for digging holes is right here. This is called a Kahi. K-A-H-I. Or Kassi. K-A-S-S-I. This is an Indian farming tool. Garden hoe, a pickaxe, a shovel, all in one. And it makes it really great for getting dirt out of the hole. I modified this one. You can kind of see the marker. This was wider and longer. I made it smaller because I already have the bigger one. So I said, well, why not make one a little bit smaller? And then that way I have two. And it's a little bit lighter too, so you can one arm wield it. When you pull it out of the hole, you can just throw your dirt. But it's a great way to dig holes. I just started using this a couple years ago because I was doing lots of basement windows, and some people got the money to be throwing in on a backhoe, like one of them mini diggers, and it's just not one of those things I wanted to invest in. So I figured it'd be a good workout at the same time as digging. So I came across this Kahi, or Kassi, or whatever you want to fucking call it. You might be saying it wrong. But it's an amazing tool. Amazing tool for digging. Look, you can even You can even scrape with it, right? Such a smart tool. It's not as backbreaking. Actually makes life easier. Look at that. You can't do that with a regular shovel. You can't do half of the stuff with a regular shovel that you can do with this. If you get a longer handle, you probably can get in the wall deeper. But plus I have shoulder issues right now. I can't wait to get to physio next week. Because my bicep, my forearm, it's like a funny elbow, and then my wrist on top of all of that. Whew. It is not liking me right now. I took a bunch of Advil. I took 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and 400 milligrams of muscle and joint stuff. Fuck. It's like right here. Oh. And then it just goes. Then it also goes here. And then around like that. Because usually I'd be able to just like haul this out of the hole and toss it. Because you can easily, like, look, one-handed I can do that with the left. But I cannot do that with the right. Ugh. Hopefully physio fixes it in one day. At least enough to work without being in pain and be able to sleep on top of it all. Let me grab some water here quickly. So right now, we're fixing what some retards did, idiots, whatever you want to call them. Apparently contractors. Let me show you something with this. They thought it was, okay, this was on the other side, like this, right? And I guess they think that the screws are going to hold on the foam. They screwed it all in. I'm like, why didn't you just get like a tube of PL400, which is made to glue insulation or foam together? I guess a box of screws is cheaper that doesn't work? I don't know. Like, whatever. So they thought it was a good idea to put this foam around. And what they did was they went down below the frost line. That's what I suspected the other day. I just hear music. Anyways. So I was like, I wonder how deep this shit is, right? Because I know the actual foam's like 2 feet wide. So I was hoping all I had to do is dig 2 feet down. Then once we rip out this wood here, all of this wood, we have to build the floor down and then insulate it properly so that the water doesn't freeze in the wintertime. Now, one of the issues they did was they ran the plywood. I don't know if you could see that gap right there, all across there. Look at this. Right, like I can. Sorry, I'll use something better. Look at this. This thing goes right underneath, right? So what does that tell you? That tells you that air will go underneath there too, because the plywood only went up to the bottom of that wood. You can actually kind of see it over there. Right? You see that gap right there? Well, if the air can get underneath, then that means that area is going to freeze. Right? And that's what was happening. We had air getting underneath. So what I would do, because we need to get under there anyways, we got to dig a bunch of stuff underneath there. Because we won't have enough room to staple from underneath, right? So we have to dig down, but I got to remove this stuff so I can get in there. and then put it all back properly. And then when I sheet the face of this, I'm going to sheet it past. And I'm going to put ground up against it so that none of the cold weather can get underneath there. They did it kind of right. They just didn't think about it when they were doing it. So if they didn't think about it when they were doing it, then that's why the air goes underneath, and then this cavity gets frozen, right? It doesn't matter how much shitty spray foam you put in here and you don't keep it in properly. That pipe is going to freeze. Because the sheet needs to go from here right down past. And then it'll probably, the earth will keep the underside of this warm. But it can't do that if it's got holes in it. So you can insulate as much as you want, but if the air is getting underneath, then it's freezing that area. And that plumbing is like right here in this area, but it's in the joist. And so the joist, you only got 8 inches, right? The plumbing was like right in the center. And on top of the insulation, so that means there's only 3 inches of insulation that was stopping that pipe from freezing from the outside. But so that's why we're gonna push the plumbing up tight to the bottom of the floor. Then we're gonna fill the cavity with like a good like R40, R60 insulation. But before we insulate, we're gonna wrap the pipes with pipe wrap. There's a plug over there. I'm gonna run another line underneath the deck so that it can be plugged in. We'll run the wire over there so that pipe's heated throughout the winter as long as that thing's plugged in. And it'll never freeze. But the way they did it, it was kind of like, let's save money, but let's not, like, why do it, right? Like, just do it right the first time. That's all you have to do. People just don't. You know, when you get those people who are like, oh, I know how to do renos, but then you see what they've done and you're like, holy fuck. See, look, I can do this way easier with one hand. Thing is, I'm not left-handed with the shovel. So that's the beauty of these shots. Well, that's easier on the arm for sure. Lots of rocks in here. It's mostly, it's 50-50 dirt and rocks. Use the good arm. Good arm and a foot. So handy, I swear. I wish I would have known about this a long time ago. They probably don't sell these because think about how many tools would become obsolete with just this one shovel. You wouldn't need a pick. Well, picks are good to have. Like I use a little one where like I can't get in with the shovel. But you basically it's a pick, it's a shovel, and it's a hoe and a rake in a sense, and a scraper. Like it does a lot. See how easy that is? If you have a working arm, you could run this thing. An arm and a foot. Right now my right arm is not in good shape for this. But it needs to get done. And I can't just look at that, I'd have no strength to even pull this thing out. Oh my god, it's not even in there. I just use this to get close. I use it to pry rocks. Really, because like there's so many rocks. I use it to get close to the edge. Like this shovel alone cost me like $30. Because they sell you the handle for $6. I brought the dog with me today, so yeah, nice and easy that is. Now honestly, by trimming it down, I made it lighter and a little more compact. Because it was like, I took 2 inches out of that. And basically 1.5 inches to nothing. One arm digger. Couple big rocks right here. Just easier to get behind them and try them out. Oh. Because that shovel still has a flat head on it. Wouldn't it be awesome if that was like a nugget of gold? I was just digging back here and literally found a chunk of gold. Look at that. Imagine that was a hunk of gold. The thing's a beast. There's a lot of digging here. Honestly, I think I just need to learn to use the shovel better. If I turn it on its side, I can get the edge in real close to the wall and just pull back. It works really good. Crazy how rocky this is. Man, I got these zappers at home. As you see at night, my whole arm is just shaking from the zapping. It's like a Dr. Who. Here we are. Doesn't matter. All we can do is get it done. Doesn't matter. Can't rely on anyone. You can only rely on you. Rain or shine, we'll get it done. Real quick, real professional. As long as you know how to do professional before. You know what I think? This shovel should have a small little pick on the end of it. Like that. As long as you don't stab yourself in the head with it. so I needed that. That's why I grabbed it. This baby rock, but it was just in the way. Oh, another rock here. Just using that little pick hurts. What a great tool. I should almost sell these things. Big rock right here. So handy. I can't say enough about this shovel. after this, I don't know if I'm gonna dig the whole thing today. I'm gonna give my arm a rest. Ugh. I still got all underneath here to dig. I'm gonna cut this water line on Monday. Rip out the rest of these beams. I gotta get to the dump today. A lot of stuff needs to happen. Best part is this shovel, you could be sitting down and using it. I think last time I had this problem with my arm is because of there's a bicep muscle that kind of attaches here, and it fell, and it gave me the same pain shooting down my bicep. And Buddy just like pushed it back in place, and I felt so fucking good. It was like almost like I was doing something with a bone. I wasn't sure if I should bring a big pick or a little pick, so I just brought the little one. Best idea was these socks over the boots. Reverse. I'm gonna save these for any time I'm digging holes. I genuinely love the fact that I don't feel rocks in my boot right now. The best part of the shovel is literally that I can throw the dirt as far over the bank as the handle reaches. Because everything stays within the shovel. We're only going to do a half day today because I'm going to take the gorgeous animal down to the river. I was hoping it was going to be sunny for us. So if we spend all the sunny days digging holes, rip this shit apart. There's gonna be so much dirt. I'm gonna think I gotta dig this down at least 2 feet. There's a big rock here somewhere. Watch out, you don't rip your eye out on a metal corner. I knew it was there, I just didn't think I'd hit it. We need to get some fucking weed. Have a little smoke. A few nights ago, I ate a 50 milligram gummy just so I could sleep. Because this does not help me when I'm trying to sleep. And yes, I said 50 milligrams. You don't get this stuff from the store, that's for sure. left arm. Since my right arm is not wanting to work properly, that rock. Another one here. Man, digging posts here is going to be fun. Those two rocks. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot. Gonna be, I bet you the dirt's gonna be like this high by the time I dug this side out. I'm gonna have to pull some of that back that way because there's gonna be nowhere to put it. You can get real accurate with this shovel when it comes to throwing the dirt where you need it. That's the bottom of that. So I just gotta cut that all the way back I gotta hit the bathroom quick. And I don't even have enough strength to put the weight on my arm. Whew, here we go. Look at that hole. Dig in that hole. What do we got here? Top 5H7 says hi. Dennis Antonzoe says hi. I say hi back. See that? Right there? Right there's the bottom of that. And we got to basically bring that all the way across to that corner. So then we can pull this foam out, and then we can get access to underneath there. That's going to be fun. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Oh. I thought I heard a train. I thought I heard a train horn like 2 seconds ago. I just figured out how I'm going to attach So here's what I'm going to do when I put this back, because I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to nail a 2x6 on this backside going down, so that when you drive screws through, you can screw into the 2x6 and it'll just hang off of that 2x6 with like a little angle going towards the concrete wall to stop it from pushing in. Because once we build this deck down, we're going to build another wall somewhere around here, right? And then we're going to sheet it. But before we sheet it, we're going to fill the dirt back in through these holes and let it fall down into the cavity. Well, first we got to do all the, like we're tearing insulation out, clean back all this styrofoam that's underneath there that's useless, right? Like if they just took an extra like half a day, we wouldn't be doing this job the way we're doing it, because all they would have to do is dig down to about here, sheet the underside of this joist, instead of spending probably $500 on spray foam cans, because half of it ended up on the ground. Then you wouldn't have pipes freezing, because this is an exterior wall on an extension, and the plumbing is running outside, underneath everything. Kind of silly. It's really silly, actually. Yeah, look at all this digging I've already done. Keep this water here. Keep ourselves hydrated. The smell of something burning. great invention. Ugh. Split that stone. Huh. I just wish this would go away. Fucking bastard. We all come from the earth, and one day we will all go back. See, I believe that, for instance, when people die, you know, they put them in a casket. If you've ever had to experience that, it's kind of a strange process. Like, for instance, my mom passed away. And I remember when they buried her, it's like they put her in a casket, and then they put her in like a concrete tomb, and then put the casket in the tomb, and a slab over that tomb. And I wonder if the reason why they do that, this is just hypothetical, but because I think we're supposed to decompose back into the planet. And if those measures are taken, it's really hard for your body to do that. I wonder if that's to entrap your spirit into the tomb in which you are buried. I remember when they, like, I'm not a believer of religion by any means. I used to be religious. I remember when they buried my mom, we were bringing the casket out. I have a water break here. And they're bringing the casket past me. They had, like, in salt, put a cross on the casket. And to me, I don't believe in glorifying the death of somebody by using a cross. A lot of people will say, well, that's a symbol of faith. But that is not a symbol of faith. Because if you look up the definition of faith itself, the definition of faith is the belief in the evidence of things that are unseen. And that's very important that we pay attention to that. Because the works of God are unseen. And they are powerful. If you have to go about glorifying the device that they were killed on, I believe that's almost blasphemy in the eyes of the deceased. So I'm saying this because there was that salt cross. And something told me just wipe it off, and I wiped it off, and man, did you see the mortician, not the morticians, but the funeral people freak out when I did that. I was like, wow, why did that affect you so much? It's my mother, right? I remember for that funeral, a lot of fucked up times in that moment of our lives. There's a lot of things that happened that shouldn't have happened. And we literally drove 36 hours. I think I drove like 32 of those hours straight myself, no sleep. My brother did the rest. And it's a really crazy situation because I remember falling asleep in the passenger side after my brother's like, let me drive. And I was like, I didn't want to let him drive because technically he didn't have a license at the time. And I didn't want anything to happen to the truck. So I took most of the responsibility. As I'm sleeping in the passenger seat, we hit Toronto. Like, you know how you go from one city to the next and it says welcome to that city? As soon as we hit Toronto, I woke up, I'm like, we're there, aren't we? He's like, how did you know? I'm like, I could just feel the energy of Toronto. And I woke up, and I vowed to my mother I'd never go back to Toronto. Once I moved to Calgary, I loved it here so much. I'm like, I'm never coming back. I'm like, if anything, you should come here. She liked it here, but never moved out here in time. She's passed away. But that's the way it is. I guess I'm telling you the story because I'm digging holes, right? And ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right? We all got to go back to the earth. Can't swing this fucking thing with this arm. We all got to go back to the earth. And so the reason why I'm even talking about this is because of the process that they did. You know, is there a such thing as eternal damnation through not allowing your spirit to rest properly in the earth? That's kind of why I'm talking about this. Oh my God. That's probably why I'm talking about this. Fuck, can't even pick that up. We're getting really frustrated right now. Stupid fucking hose. Stay there. Whew. Another big one. And another one. See how well those screws are holding. Look at these screws at all. At least they overlapped it. They put the big one on the other side, higher. Big one going down and small one at the bottom so that the seam doesn't just pop. It had some kind of sense. I said some. Not a lot. Just some. Just so much garbage was thrown into this hole. I'll go from this side. Put all the weight on my left arm instead of my right. Man, my arm hates me right now. Look at what we've exposed on the other side. So you guys can have a quick peeky poo Look at all the, we ripped the foam out of that side. Still gotta clean all that out. That's a good, like, almost 4 feet down there. Pretty crazy. Let's take a minute here. Let's see some of these comments. I need to drink some water. Take a break. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. Stay hydrated. What do we got? What do we got? See how many comments. Wow, there's a lot. Okay. Tupac says hi. Gary Brock 7418. Who gives a shit, Jesus Christ? I don't know. Maybe he chimed in. I was talking about my dead mom because of the hole I was digging for myself. Tupac says, hi, gives a shit, Jesus Christ, Mr. One Boston. Workman's comp incoming. I don't know about that. Work for myself, my friend. Workman's comp incoming. Mr. Boston, Mr. One Boston. I like the live if you think he's gay. Nice. He thinks, he's curious if I'm gay. Only gay people would ask a gay question like that. I'm just trying to see if I'm available or not, eh? What else do we got? We got David Williams says hi. We got Heart 594 just got on. What is the project? We're fixing a reoccurring problem where the pipes freeze in the wintertime, and this part of the house where it overhangs it doesn't get heat, so that's why the pipe freezes. What do we got? Solo Soldier 3-foot footers just to take out the styrofoam. Yeah, they did such a shitty job, whoever did this. We got Solo Soldier. He's like, what's up, brother? Crazy project. Solo Soldier, he's laughing and crying. Yeah, I know. But the crazy part is, once I'm done digging this, I gotta dig underneath that. But the only way to get underneath that is to remove all this fucking loose foam that they might as well have glued it to the rocks, for fuck's sakes. See all the screws? They screwed screws into foam to hold the foam together instead of just using glue. And I don't know, maybe I should take you guys for a little tour on the underside of this thing. Give me a second, let me climb into this hole without dropping this camera if possible. I'll fall in here. So, this is what was done before. Look at all this spray foam. It's not even like sprayed into the joist cavities. Like, here, I gotta take it off the stand. Got all kinds of shit down here. I feel like I'm digging trenches for the Russians or something, or for the Ukrainians. Look at all this foam. You see all that insulation? That's how it was left. And there's like insulation right there exposed. None of it's spray foam properly. Look, this joist cavity is literally like, there was a vent. That's where that vent, you can see there was a vent right here. So once I get in here, now I gotta scrape all of this off. And we're gonna build a box down another 6 inches to get extra insulation in, and then redo everything. But the only way to do that is to be able to actually get under here. And this is going to be so much fun when digging in these trenches. It's trench warfare. Here we are as we examine the screws and the insulation. There's an earthquake. Fuck. Just some people, eh? I guess they're making money because they didn't have to do it right. We can pop that piece of foam off now. Oh, more screws. Look at the handiwork of the quality construction. Oh my god, I guess I'll either stay in this business and go crazy from all the shitty work that gets done, or I'm gonna go crazy doing it. This is just so stupid. Like, what was this spray foam supposed to be for? You know, this whole, oh, we wanted to keep the roots warm. That's what we were looking for. Keep the fucking roots warm. That's what we were doing here. What a bullshit job, though. Like, look at that. And they wonder why it was freezing. Because, like, there's only two options to get under here. Was either to lay on your stomach on the dirt here and try to spray the foam up in here. Like look at the foam's attached to the friggin' insulation. Oh boy. There we are. Trying to do high-end work where shitty work was done. I could almost take this. Whole piece out here. Hopefully I didn't screw myself up by removing that foam, making my hole a little smaller. Look at the quality. Oh, that was there to do nothing too. Keep the house warm. What do we got? Jeremy YX9M. Use a Hilti hammer drill with some chisel bits. That sucks. What am I going to use that for, Jeremy? I got to dig holes. I'll be here even longer. Look at all this foam. The good thing that's on the ceiling where it's supposed to be, right? That's why I'm peeling it. Look at all the rocks glued to that. I glued it to the rocks. Solid now. So like, if you can see right here. Where is it? Oh, this is where the water line was. Look, that's the water line right there. Now you can imagine, I wonder why it freezes. Because this is the outside of the house. The water line isn't insulated properly. So, yeah. That's why it froze. I ripped there was insulation there, but the water line, it only had 4 inches of insulation. How is the cold air not supposed to get in there when there was nothing stopping it from freezing? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Dig with LOL. I got the best tool right here. Look at this. This is the best tool for digging right here. That's the best tool. A chisel would make it so much harder. Let me see if I can set this up for This is the best tool. Look, it's not even like a normal shovel. Look, the handle. This is the best tool. That's how I dug all this. And this stuff is filled with rocks. Like, look at the rocks I'm pulling out. That thing's like the size of both of my hands, plus actually 4 of my hands. Let's demonstrate for Jeremy. Because if I use a Hilti, which I get it, if it's lots of clay, even this shovel is good for lots of clay, I would imagine. It works pretty good. But I'll demonstrate for Jeremy here. I'll use my good arm. I don't need to go too much deeper on this side anyways, so that's why I'm not digging it. Look at how easy that is. Like in one-hander. Scrape all the dirt in. I know I look gimp doing this because I am. My arm is a little fucked up right now. But look at that. Oh. It's easier if you could use 2 arms. Today my left is my good arm. Take my good arm. What a great tool. You know, for $30, it's a pretty good deal. Garbage. Just throw everything over here. I wonder what time it is. I wasn't planning to work a full day today. I'm just making up for lost time. Or we got Jeremy, he's like, hammer drill with chisel, dig with. It's like, holy shit, my back hurts looking at you, LOL. Rent a mini dig. That's nuts. You know how much it is to rent a mini dig? It's a bit of money. What time are we at here? 1:19. Get a few hours in. I wasn't planning to work too long today. A mini dig would be easier, but this builds character. It makes you question all your bad mistakes. I'll tell you. Here we are. Mini dig. Let's do a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It'd probably be easier on my arm, that's for sure, if I had a mini dig. Oh, I must have accidentally hit mute. My bad. Didn't realize that. Hey. Rent a mini, that's nuts. $375 delivered for 24 hours. Here in North, is that New York? New York City? What's NY? Yeah, that's American. You know, mine is probably like $700 here. It's definitely not $375 here in Canada. We're in Canada. We use the monopoly money here. It's not worth anything. Solo Soldier says I was muted. Can't hear? Okay. I fixed it. Sorry, I must have hit the button by accident. Where's the... They need you for sure in Ukraine. I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, I think the soldiers in Ukraine need a shovel just like this. This could be everything. Maybe it could be a plate carrier. Like, what if we cut some eye holes in this bitch, and then you just put it over your face like this? Some eye holes, bulletproof, or hang it over your shoulder. I'm gonna make it so it's just flat, it deflects bullets. Could be all kinds of things, right? Could be back protection. Look at that. There you go. You just put one on either side. Nobody could shoot you from behind. just fucking around. I wouldn't mind digging holes, but have you seen some of those videos where guys are getting like, they're in a mini digger and they get blown up by like a what do you call it? A drone? That's pretty crazy. What a crazy world we live in, eh? We got money for bombs and drones, guns and bullets to fight wars that should have never been fought in the first place. Especially not at the cost of human lives. This fucking thing fell on me again. The cost of human lives is to what it's costing right now. Pretty crazy. The way the world is nowadays. You know, we spend more money on destroying each other than helping each other. Like, if you've ever seen a video of them loading up an A-10 Warthog, like, it takes like probably like, I think I counted like 10 or 12 people to load up one of those planes to do a run. And imagine if we use that same power, get all them young men and women to do something good in the world where we're not like killing each other, right? Like, I get it. There are people who are psychopaths out there, but like, and they want power over everyone, right? That is a fact. But I feel like this whole we're gonna go there before they come to us mentality sounds like an invasion to me, right? Like, let's look at the reason why gas prices are so crazy nowadays. You had countries like Venezuela, you had countries like Russia. They're all supplying fuel all over the world. And then now gas prices are crazy through the roof. And you got these psychopaths in power that like go like, let me look into my crystal ball. I can see that the future is grim. And they own tech companies and stocks and companies that benefit them for sending young men and women to war to die in another country for shit that never had anything to do with them in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in the whole humanitarian thing, right? But if I were president of the world, I would make it so everybody had to, it was mandatory for you to have to go to other countries just to take in their culture, you know, see how they live, integrate yourself with what they're doing, and they do the same to us. I think that would spread the message of peace a lot nicer in the world. We don't gotta go around blowing up shit unless it's making them money, and we know that it is, because war is driven by money. Like shit don't come free. It comes at the cost of the lives of many people, and none of them politicians are going to war for you anyways. Like, look at what's happening here in Canada. We got an idiot in power. Oh, we're gonna hit US back with 50% tariffs too. Like, what a retard. Like, what? This world is special right now. And the only way for us to make it a better place is to not be following in the same footsteps. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And how many hundreds of years have we fought wars? How many millions of bodies were sacrificed only to end up in a world where you have to go by my pronouns. I want soya milk instead of real milk. That's where we're at right now. We are in a fucked up place. I gotta get out of this hole while I'm holding this camera. And not fall back in. I got the trench dug 3/4 of the way. Now I gotta bring some bags, because I'm gonna have to haul this off to the dump. 3/4 of the way. Went from that corner. Oh, the ice cream truck's here. Now we gotta go from here to there. And then once we get all this foam out, we gotta dig underneath here. I almost want an ice cream, but I'm gonna pass. Let's go check on the pit bull. Most gorgeous animal alive. So you pick up all this garbage that was buried in the dirt. You know, all the stuff that shouldn't have been in there. The useless spray foam in places. So far we've found that much change. That's the treasures we found. There was a penny here at one point. What happened to it? Oh, it's too bad. We lost it somewhere. I wanted to see what it was worth. If it had any monetary value. Look at that. It literally had a pipe running beside that hole, not connected. It's crazy. Crazy what we've found here. That was that pipe. Just ran to the wall with nothing. It connected to nothing. Let's see where this beautiful animal is just waiting. My gorgeous pit bull. I guess look at this, I got dirt in my pockets. Let's see what this guy's doing over here. Hey, you want to come outside here, you beautiful thing? Look at you. Most amazing pit bull in all of Pitbulldom. Are you sleeping? Oh yes, thank you for being so gorgeous. Look at this beautiful guy. I think we need to go to the park. You gotta stop aging, bro. Stop fucking aging. I love this guy so much. He's got to have puppies this year, I think. Either this year or in the spring, he'll have puppies. One of the two. I need to get into a better situation in my life, though. But I gotta make sure. I can take care of his puppies. Come on, beautiful thing. Ah! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, telling your friends, commenting, and helping push the algorithm for the channel. Because I make these videos not just for the viewers, but I make them for me and Chunks, so I can look back and go, what an amazing dog. Look at him. That is the most gorgeous animal alive. Look at this beautiful guy. He's coming up. He's like, yes, Dad. Are we going to go for a walk now? Or go to the park? Can you tell the viewers in your Pitbull language? Can you say the word park? Use your Pitbull words. I want to go to the park. Let me hear you say it. What do you want to do? You want to go to the park? He wants to go to the park. You want to park now? Or park later? Okay, how about I just go to the park and you... Oh, Jesus. He literally shoulder checked me. He's like, screw you. Go to the park without me? I gotta give him some water before we go. So thank you for watching. There's your water over there. You got some water? I know it's not fresh, but like it's water. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. You guys have a great day. And until next time, stay authentic. Love you all. Bye-bye. We're going to make some more memories here soon. You guys have a good day. The smell of the cedar is so good. Oh, boy. It's going to be a nice deck when we put it back together. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.